Hello, y'all. Good evening. I love that song. I know y'all like, what in the world? Y'all probably done. It's been a while since I played that one. I remember one time my daughter, I was playing that song loud in the house, and I was listening to it on my Bluetooth thing, and she was like, Mom, oh my God, that made my heart jump. That song it's very cleansing to me for some reason. It just has a cleansing energy. I don't know why. I love that song. It does. It has very cleansing energy. So I wanted to come and talk to you guys about something. um I've actually, well, listen, I just had somebody tell me that they kind of have walked away from getting readings, psychic readings and stuff, because they went to a reader and like a bunch of chaos started ensuing in their lives. hmm And first of all, that's not the experience with me, not moi. But I actually have clients that I have helped, okay, that have had the same experience. And I experienced some of the, not experienced it, but more so have picked up on it and saw what the problem is. Okay. So I'm going to tell you guys why that's happening and the scenarios where that does happen. Number one, there's a lot of people at the top of that list to me that have a problem with it. There's a lot of readers out there that do it, but they have like a subconscious fear of it, or either it's like they have like, they think it's bad, they think it's wrong. And some of those people are even like praying, uh, saying certain prayers from the Bible. Um, I see that on YouTube. People doing psychic readings with Bible verses on a bulletin in the background. Now, listen, I just said this morning how I'm not doing that. Okay, so it's no judgment. I'm not trying to be harmful. I'm not trying to be mean, but that would be exactly one of the reasons is that you're practicing, because reading the cards, reading oracles, even oracle cards, is going to be considered a psychic thing. And so people that, it's going to be forbidden in the Bible. People that believe in that, people that are not, okay. So y'all know I am a believer in the Bible, right? I'm a believer of the Bible. I believe that a lot of that stuff was an experience. Do I consider that to be the story of creation? I don't. Okay? I know. Listen, don't get mad at me. Please don't. Please don't. Okay? I think that that's someone's interpretation of it. And yes, I do believe in that God, but when somebody believes that if they have a belief that it's bad, because I don't believe that witches, shamans, psychics, I don't believe that they are inherently bad. I don't believe that I'm a bad person because of that. I don't believe that most I don't believe that witches are inherently evil, because I'm one and I am not inherently evil. In fact, I do a lot of good things for people and live a normal life. I'm not out here doing some of the stuff that folk do, but I could definitely see where that would be a problem, because a lot of that is going to come from a person's subconscious, and it may even be coming from your own. Okay, so that could be the first reason. Second reason is that the reader doesn't have the proper protection, or maybe they're not doing the proper things when it comes to protecting, like the gateways and stuff. Like they're just kind of doing it. I think that you have to be very specific, and you do have to stick with your guides. Okay. Number three is that the reader could be tapping in to energies that you have not dealt with. And the more that you run from it, the worse that it gets. You just got to go to somebody that knows what they're doing. I can tell you that. Hey, let me tell you something when you say that. You are preaching to the choir. Let me repeat that. You are preaching to the choir. Sounds like me 13 years ago. That was me 13 years ago. I connected with people that were, claiming to be witches and doing conjuring and stuff like that. Okay, I'm back. I actually connected with people that were 13 years ago that were involved with the occult. And guess what? Chaos ensued in my life. Like, now, I've always had the ability to separate myself from other people's chaos. So it was just chaos ensued on social media, right? And then also there was chaos because there was phone calls, people placing phone calls to my home and things of that nature was the only chaos, and I dealt with that. But otherwise, like chaos inside of me, no. Chaos in my home, no. In fact, I've always had a great ability to keep things calm in my environment. So the chaos did not affect us. You know what I'm saying? Like, too badly. And so yeah, guys, ever since I've connected with certain people in social media, it's been a lot of chaos, seemingly chaos. Okay. Otherwise, my relationship with the craft is very peaceful, very accepting, very trustful. In fact, if I could go back and do it, I wish that I would have just kept to myself instead of trying to be social. Honestly, being social in social media was one of the worst mistakes that I've made ever in my life, but it's going to be okay. I think that you're not going to have that experience with everybody. In fact, a lot of my clients, when I help them, things get better. Okay. There are some people that just have a lot of chaos just because they're claiming to do reading. There are a lot of people that bring in a lot of that. And just because they're claiming to be readers doesn't mean that it changes it. It's just how it is with them. It's just, kind of what goes down with that person. You know what I'm saying? I think it depends on what is happening with that person. Um, so that's not something that is just going to be a thing with everybody. Like I said, I think that it depends on what energies that person is connected with. Um, what was I gonna say? I've had yeah, ever since I've come to social media and connected with people that were so called in the occult, that's the energy that they bring in, and they will try to force it in because they have a lot of chaos. For me, I keep things very kosher. I keep things very copacetic, and I keep lavender and mugwort going. And that sucks that y'all would have that experience. That sucks. Okay. I know over here we tend to bring order to that chaos. Okay. Seriously. And I do it all the time. I do it all the time. Trust me on that. My new protection tool has been phenomenal. Now I respect it. If you're like, I can't deal with it, let me walk away. But a lot of people that feel that way usually do end up, at some point walking the path. I know that mine started years ago. I started practicing the craft well over 20 years ago. And then I walked away from it. You know why? Because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And things were happening at the same time. So I decided I need to take a step away from this. But of course I came back to it because it was my calling. Okay. And I was able to more so work that situation out. Now I can tell you that you live in a very chaotic world. People that practice the occult are not the culprit of that. Just FYI, the world itself can be very chaotic and traumatic. You know what I'm saying? So that, for me, I've came to a place, well, I've been in a place to where I have an understanding of how to remove that bad energy. Okay. And it can be hard, I know. It can be really, really hard, especially when you've got so many people out here doing readings and stuff, and that's the energy that they bring in. That's how they feel about it. Um, or either they just don't know what they're doing. And it sucks that they're doing that because it is kind of messing up y'all experience. It's kind of, you know what I mean? It's kind of messing up the experience for y'all. I'm sorry for that. All I know is that for me personally, I have no problem with it. I have no problem with who I am. And I think that that is one of the reasons why I don't have that issue because, like I said, I've had drama in social media as well. And guess what? Those people are not in my house. Those people do not represent who I am. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of difficult when you're in social media. And I've actually picked up on what some people were thinking. And just because there's people making a video about you or having an issue with you, that's not what's happening in your home. You guys know that I went through a lot of craziness. People calling people to my house. And guess what I did? I remained calm throughout those years. Those people had their own chaos going on and they wanted to bring it to me. And I managed to keep my son safe. He just turned 12 years old. He's so handsome. And, that's just, hey, Stefan, that's just what that is. Okay. So, but yeah, y'all are preaching to the choir. Trust me. I know exactly where you're coming from with that. And it freaking sucks. It does. And some of these people out here, they know exactly what they doing. And it is some people out here that do know the occult, and they're being evil, and they are purposely. See, I believe that the chaos is probably coming from your ancestors fighting with their ancestors. You ain't never experienced that with me though, because your ancestors brought you to me for help. If you go to a reader sometimes and you stuff get to kicking off, and and that is probably because spirit is protecting you from that person. Could be that that's just the energy that that reader brings in, or it may not even be the reader's fault at all. It is more than likely what is in there. You may need to do shadow work or something, or it may be some stuff that you need to deal with. Okay. And people that have went to get readings, but you don't actually go the path to remove it, or you don't do anything to remove whatever it is or to settle that situation, then but there's a lot of people that are scared of it. They're afraid of it. And like, it's so funny, Stefan, because a lot of my clients, they feel so comfortable with me. You know what I'm saying? And that's because that's because I don't have all of that. I don't have an issue with what I do and who I am. Okay. I'm not practicing it, in the words of practical magic. I'm not practicing witchcraft while staring my nose down at it. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably why my clients get a totally different experience. Okay. So, but I guess it would depend. Yeah. I know that when I came to this, I don't want to say the spiritual community, but getting connected to certain people definitely did. Oh my God. It like, I do it all the time though. it's like I go back to that time and I make it so that I never did that. You know how you say, I wish if I could go back and change it. But you know what? You can go back and change it. You actually can. Believe it or not, you can actually change it. Go back to that time, that point of access, and close the door, baby. Cause I don't know, it's so weird because I noticed that. So you that's exactly what happened to me, but it didn't create no chaos in my life. Like obviously there was police being called to my house and things of that nature, but being that I am on the path, my spirit guides were like, I just kind of just rolled with the punches with it. Okay, now what choice did I have? So mhm. And I was just connecting with people for camaraderie and maybe even guidance, and those they couldn't guide nobody. I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is wrong with you? Okay. So yeah, I could definitely see that. In fact, y'all, I have a desire to get the hell out of social media, but I can't because I'm running my business and I have to be there for my clients. That, even though I don't get a plethora, even though I don't get a bunch of views, it's still good to have a social media presence. But I think that that first reason is the reason why a lot of y'all get chaos when y'all dealing with somebody, because I mean that's kind of disrespectful and blasphemous if you ask me. If you Now, do I believe that Christians and Muslims and witches can get along? Yep, absolutely. Yep, yep. I was friends with a Muslim, even though he kind of got mad at me because of a man pressured him to act like a jackass. I was friends with him for the longest. Okay, he's Muslim, and so but I'm not gonna go to the Bible knowing that I'm a witch and knowing that I practice the occult. Like it doesn't mix. I don't exactly believe in mixing these things. Okay, I don't. A lot of people don't like my opinion, but whatever. Do what you want to do. I tend to stick with the spirit of like Hecate, Lilith. Okay. Um, and it serves me well. I'm not gonna try to, go to certain energies when I know that it's not necessarily accepted. Okay. I don't believe in that. Sorry, y'all. I'm getting ready to go. I ain't going far though. Y'all know I be inside with my children. I don't go like shop online at Target.com. You silly. What are you Stefan, you be just typing random stuff in the chat. You're funny. Okay, y'all. But that's why though. That's why though. But that wouldn't be the experience with me. Okay? Not ever. Okay? In fact, um there's certain protections that are really, really powerful. Okay. So, y'all should get into it. Now, a lot of y'all, what is this? Mm. I just think that don't avoid it. You know what I'm saying? Find out what's going on. Don't just avoid it, and don't just say that it's the now the occult. I don't usually describe it that way, the occult, but I do. I just call it witchcraft. Okay, that's what I call it. I just call it witchcraft, and you know, and since I've been taking my shamanic path, it has just been freaking amazing. It has. It's been amazing. Okay. And I think that I've been searching for answers as to what type of shaman I am. I've been searching for answers. So in my spare time when I'm not working, that's what I'm looking for is answers, to see if something makes sense. But, really, to be honest with you, all I got to do is ask my cards, and they'll make it very clear to me as to what kind of shaman I am. The cards will make it very clear to you as far as to what your strengths or your, uh, you know, or as a witch or as anything. You know what I'm saying? That's just like I was telling you guys that when you study and read somebody's birth chart, you can find out a lot about them. So, being that I am, my chart is predominantly Mercury and Venus. Okay, Mercury, the planet Mercury. uh, the planet Mercury. You can do whatever you want to do with that. I feel like if you have a strong Mercurian energy, though, I feel that that's a lot to be said about that. But then when it comes to Venus, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of Venus in my chart. Okay. And so that's kind of like, you know, I would say that if you have a lot of Mercury, that would more, it would probably make you a powerful healer, just natural talents towards healing people, healing yourself and healing others. Same thing with Venus. If you have a lot of Venus in your chart, that would, that would denote healing, but then also very powerful manifestation abilities. Okay. I'm just saying. So, I like to read people's charts because it tells me a lot about them. So, anywho, that's pretty much it, you guys. I'm sorry that y'all had a bad experience. It was a blackout. Where? Hmm. Anyway, let me go. I just wanted to say that. Sorry that y'all had that experience. I can tell you that you would not have that experience with me. Okay. In fact, I bring order to chaos. Okay. And I'm very, very good at doing it. If it's a chaotic person, I can't force that person. But as far as like, if you ask me to, and that is what you desire, then that's what I do, and I do it well. Okay, because I can't stand chaos. I don't like it. I don't like it. I've never liked that type of energy. Just fighting, and my energy tends to kind of just, let's shut it down. Shut it down. And If people don't want to shut down, you have the right to block people. You have the right to. For me, what I do is that, okay, so let me go ahead and block you out. Let me block you out. Okay, that's what the block and the delete button is for. Block them. Okay, get your Palo, get your cedar wood sticks. You know what I'm saying? Burn those suckers and keep it moving, baby. Okay, for real, for real. Anywho, y'all, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I'll catch y'all later. Y'all have a happy Friday. Okay, I got to go. Blessings to y'all.